I'm not exactly a royal watcher myself, so it was only since Queen Elizabeth died the other day that I began checking out all the videos on YouTube that cover royal family news. And I was thoroughly shocked at the content being presented. And as I scrolled through the offerings, I happened upon this lady, Colin Campbell. Well, I said to myself, she must be in the royal family. She must be hanging out with all of them to be so in the know. Right now, she has 164,000 subscribers and hundreds of thousands of views on each of her videos. She must really have something interesting to say, I thought, as I clicked a video, and how shocked I was to hear her literally slaughter Meghan and Harry. In fact, I couldn't get over all the accusations. Meghan, a narcissist? What is she talking about? A bully? I have to admit, I thought maybe Lady C, as she is called, was onto something, and I decided to rename my channel Queen Claire Elisabeth, which is my true bona fide title since birth. But I wanted to know how Lady C became a lady, and this is what I found out. Lady Colin Campbell was not born into royalty, although in recent years, or maybe I should say recent decades, she has begun claiming that her father was a Russian count, automatically making her a Russian countess. Well, if that's true, she has no documentation, of course, but I don't know why she hasn't always called herself Countess Georgia or Count George. The truth is that when she was born in Jamaica on August 17th, 1949, her parents decided she was a boy and named her George William Zaidi. I believe that's the pronunciation. She claims that biologically speaking, she was actually born a girl, but due to a vaginal malformation, doctors urged her parents to raise her as a boy. To me, that doesn't make a lot of sense. If she wasn't born with a penis, how would she, as a boy, one day grow up to date and marry a woman and have children, as is traditional for men in all societies? But Lady C claims that in 1949, males were considered superior and were the preferred sex for babies, and I think that's true. But she says that this explains why her family raised her as a boy instead of a girl, without a penis, or so she claims. At age 21, she moved to New York City and got her grandma to pay for her surgery to correct her birth defect. This is when she changed her name to Georgia Ariana Zaidi. Prior to this surgery, she had already begun her modeling career, but this is the only modeling photo I have been able to find of her online. So it's the 1970s. She's living her brand new adult life as a woman in New York City, and in 1974 she meets this guy, Lord Colin Ivar Campbell, and marries him after knowing him for only 5 days. He's the younger son of the 11th Duke of Argyll in Scotland. It certainly does appear that she is most eager to acquire a royal title in this process, but if she already had a royal title, this would mean that she would now have 2 royal titles, right? Well, it doesn't go well, the marriage, that is, and this guy sells his story to the tabloids, claiming that Lady C was born a boy and that she had a sex change operation. Back then, such procedures were kept strict secrets. Anyone who had what they then called a sex change operation would be utterly humiliated if anyone were to find out. I do not personally know Lady C, so I have no personal knowledge of the truth, but it's my own opinion that Lady C succeeded in keeping her sex reassignment surgery, as it's called now, a strict secret. Why else would a husband with a royal title go forward to the tabloids to claim he had married a transgender woman? Perhaps this was the way he got an annulment. They were only married for 9 months total, and she still parades around with the title Lady Colin Campbell. Anyway, she sued all the tabloids, and they got a divorce in 1975 after just 9 months of marriage. This is Lady C's one connection to royalty. Then skip all the way ahead to 1992 when she wrote a book on Princess Diana. One of her BFFs was one of Diana's BFFs. This apparently gave Lady C the idea to write a book all about the secrets Diana had confided in this BFF, and it became a bestseller. A year after the release of this book, she adopted Russian twins, Misha and Dima. Then in 2013, she bought Castle Goring, located in West Sussex, England, from the Somerset family, who'd owned the castle since the late 19th century. She bought it for 700,000 British pounds, which in 2013 was the equivalent of $1,092,000. Then she turned around and renovated it for another 5 million British pounds, which in 2013 was the equivalent of $7,800,000. Prior to her move to England in 2014, she made all her millions from all her amazing book sales, not from any royal trust fund. Today, she sits on her couch with her 2 King Charles spaniels, Mickey and Aurora, and announces to her YouTube audience that she's coming to them from her Castle Goring in West Sussex, England, but it's not her family's homestead. She just had enough money to buy and restore it. Pretty impressive indeed. She offers her castle as a venue that people can rent for their wedding or other gathering. It is a gorgeous place, and she did such a beautiful job restoring it. The accents she forcibly enunciates is the British English spoken in her native Jamaica. It was The Guardian who noticed her posh Scottish twang layered in on top, but that would only be due to all the Scottish people living in Jamaica and has nothing to do with being married to a Scottish lord for 9 months total. Now that she actually lives in England, I'm sure the British English spoken around her might continue to influence her accent. This is what it says in the bio on her website. Lady Colin Campbell lives between London and Castle Goring with her 2 sons. Through marriage and common ancestors, she is connected to all the royal families of Europe and has been a fixture in society and gossip columns on both sides of the Atlantic for the last 4 decades. Boy, what a beautiful way of putting it. I just want to point out that each and every one of us who has any European ancestry have common ancestors to every royal family in Europe. So she has a lot of company. Marketing. I don't even know if Lady Colin Campbell has even met one member of the royal family. She claims to have intimate contacts who inform her of all she tells her audience, but nothing is documented or confirmed. So, for all we know, she could just be telling us whatever she wants to. She acts like she personally knows the royals, but it is very clear to me that she does not, and the royal family, by tradition, cannot respond to any accusations. So, let me set the record straight. Lady C does not personally know anyone in the royal family, and thus doesn't know what she is talking about. Clearly, she's all about the gossip, and she is always attempting to position herself so that it falsely appears that she is a royal herself, with personal connections to all high places. I can personally tell you that Lady C is merely a gossip who has built an incredible career spreading her false ideas about the royal family. I would know because I am a member of the royal family, and because I was born in the US, I have the freedom to speak out, unlike the royals who remain in England. Thank you for watching. Why don't you check out what I say in this video?